This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today I'm very lucky to be joined by Alexander Krassyuk. So thank you very much for coming on, Alex.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm all good. So you said you were playing tennis earlier. How was that?
It was amazing. I used to play tennis maybe 2, 3 times per week.
And now do you play a lot?
That's my major sports.
That sounds good. So I heard a lot recently about the fight between Usyk and Joyce, about all the there's no negotiations going on. I just want to know a bit about it. So when Chisora fought Usyk last October, the winner was mandatory, or going to be mandatory, to fight Annie Joshua for the WBO strap. But now the WBO have told you that Usyk will have to fight Joyce. What's your take on that?
So, let me tell you something. Usyk was appointed the mandatory when he relinquished the title of super champion in cruiserweight. Immediately after vacating the title, he was announced the mandatory challenger in the heavyweight division. It happened because WBO has the ruling that in case the super champion changes the division, let's say goes up in the division, he will be appointed as the mandatory challenger. So when Usyk was fighting Chisora, he was already the mandatory, no matter what people say. And after winning Chisora, he still remains the mandatory. And he's been the mandatory for
Like
more
years.
than a year and a half. Yeah, it's like he was appointed in September, so it's 1 year and a half already.
Say Usyk fights Joyce for the interim belt, a WBO belt. Will that mean that because AJ and Fury, they're going to fight twice, the winner of Usyk Joyce will be then upgraded, won't they? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Usyk will want to be
Yes,
want to win the belt?
that is the wording, actually the wording of the official letter that mandated Usyk and Joyce to start negotiating the interim fight. It says that in case, it says that in case Fury Joyce goes to the second fight, they would have to vacate the title immediately or to fight the champion, the interim champion. But this is just a paper. It has nothing to do with the reality, because the reality now is completely different. And you never know. The fight with Joyce may not take place very soon, because in case Fury Joshua doesn't happen until, let's say, early summer, then Joshua will be forced to fight the mandatory challenger, means Usyk. So we now need to wait for a couple of days until the fight between Fury and Joshua is either announced officially or officially rescheduled or postponed.
And so I feel that you have to to announce the fight between Usyk and Joyce, you have to wait upon the announcement of Annie Joshua and Tyson Fury. Is there a time limit
Correct.
for the fight at all?
There is no time limit for that because this is like a special case. It's a special case because you don't really sanction undisputed championship in heavyweights that often. So this is a special case, and it's regarded as a special case. And the interim championship is also a special case. And upgrading Usyk from cruiserweight to the mandatory challenger in heavyweights is also a special case. So we have like a dozen special cases in one pot. What should we say? Which is necessary is that Fury yesterday went on interview and said that there's no clarity about the fight. and no one knows if this fight gonna happen next. And if it doesn't, then AJ needs to fight Usyk.
I understand.
But we cannot do anything with Joyce unless we get the clarification from WBO regarding the split of the purses for the purse bids.
And what are your thoughts on the purse bids? What do you think the purse bids should be?
Let me tell you something. It doesn't. It's not interesting what I think. No one is interested in what I think. It's the matter of the rules and regulations of World Boxing Organization, and the rules say that in case the interim championship takes place, the split should be calculated as the average of the last 3 fights declared purses. So it's not my idea, or it's not my like desire to. It's a matter of rules. The rules say we need to calculate. So if we make the calculation, we have the how to say, quite different figures. 93-7 in favor of Usyk. But WBO rules also say that the minimum, so in case it goes like this, 93-7, there is a minimum for each fighter. 20% is the minimum the fighter can get. So means that WBO need to announce the official split of 80-20 in favor of Usyk. And after it's announced officially, then negotiations can start. Before that, it makes no sense at all.
And do you think the fight might go to purse bids if there's a dispute between the split?
The split is very important for negotiations. In case negotiations do not lead to the contract, to the agreement, then the purse bids are called, and anyone who bids the highest amount is the winner and is responsible for staging the fight.
I feel like a lot of fights go to purse bids now. Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell went to purse bids, and then Lopez in Cambosis went to purse bids. And have you spoken to Frank Warren or Francis Warren about the fight yet?
I spoke to George. He gave me a call in January. We exchanged a couple messages, couple calls, and then it all stopped. And everything that I don't know his name, the manager of Joyce, he released
Jones.
the justification a couple days ago. He said that he is in talks with Egis Klimas, which is not true at all. Egis Klimas never heard of him even.
I guess it sounds
so. No negotiations are conducted at this stage.
I guess you're just waiting upon the AJ Fury fight, and then I guess negotiations will kind of get on the start.
You're absolutely right, because in case Fury Joshua is not announced or is rescheduled, then why should I speak about Joyce if he's not like Usyk's next opponent? If AJ is Usyk's next opponent.
And say the fight between AJ and Usyk doesn't happen for a while. Are there any other heavyweight fighters that Usyk is interested in? Or is he just wanting to fight for the belt?
He needs the belt.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He needs the belt.
All right, Alex, I guess so. When we hear some further details about anything happening, I know you're not allowed to disclose that much information about it. But thank you so much for your time. When there's more information, I guess we'll catch up again. But thank you so much for your time, Alex. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care. Good luck for your channel.